What, you don't like my hair? You don't like that boy's hair? Why are you judging him by his hair? Is that because you judge yourself by your hair? You judge people by your hair? You sit up in your fucking head all day about hair? I bet you do. You got that fucking reflection illness, that selfies disease. Go look that up in psychology. It's called a reflection illness, not just a selfies disease like they're calling it. And all this competition and shit from sports on out. Okay, you could put any chaff derivative in place of sports. It's competition, comparison, competing, fear, and loss. Okay, that's what that is. You can put fucking everything but fucking bird watching into that slot that sports is in. You're gonna get the same alchemy. Okay, you're gonna get the same unhappiness. You're gonna get the same dumbass diarrhea mouth Jordan Peterson's talking about happiness is an empty gig, do, and all the other fucking bullshit they talk about. And they want to talk about that for 900, 876, 5 million fucking billion hours and drag the shit on out. Like piece by piece, just fucking spit it out, dude. It ain't a fucking ticket to fame. It ain't here to get you fucking rich. Okay? So that's all psychology does, is seem to pussyfoot and drag their feet. But if you go look, the studies are there about sports. I just saw one this week. And the selfies thing. That's all judgment, motherfucker. That's judgment, okay? Judge not, lest you be judged. Then you'll feel judged. If you feel judged, you'll feel comparable. You'll feel like you can be compared. And that's just how it goes. You're either going to be incomparable or you're going to fucking compare inside yourself, okay? It doesn't matter. It almost doesn't matter what you do out here. And that's the illusion. Because I'm not comparing within. I really don't give a shit. I'm just putting this out there because I can speak and it's a free country. And I'll do freedom of speech and free expression if I want. And people like Jordan fucking Peterson aren't going to shut me down. They're not going to take my ideas from me. They're not going to call everything I have a fucking idea. And then sit there and say like, oh, well, the axiomatic immutable is unquestionable, inarguable. So where the fuck is that then, bitch? Right, exactly. They just send you on these dummy missions. And they sit up there and act like they're the axiomatic, immutable, unchallengeable. They're not, okay? They're a bunch of fucking devils. They've been tricking people like this for a while. Their unconscious programming they haven't sorted out is exactly to do that. Just keep making devils and devil shit. Okay? And the suicide rate in this culture is high. And the suicide rate for extremely gifted people is high. And when you look around at this shithole culture, all you see is a bunch of mediocre fucking puss bags. And that's what you have. That's what you get. And this whole unconscious programming is going to keep unfurling and shaving those numbers. Those really gifted people are going to keep shaving them down. The suicide numbers are going to go up. Okay? They're not going to connect 2 and 2, because if they connect 2 and 2, they'll be fucking guilty as charged. And that's just how that goes. And, you know, that's just what that is. Yo, you guys want to say hi to my camera? Say hi. I'm making a video. This is an important one. You guys are being, you don't mind, right? Alright guys, have a good day. So, and that's how it goes, you know? You just walk up to people, you put a smile on their face. You don't gotta argue them. You don't gotta be like, yo, I'm your father, man. You want to go to the underworld for some free junkie and candy? It's not a whole fucking big deal, man. There ain't a whole lot to it. You know, there's everyday people that deserve to be recognized more so than fucking stupid Dr. Peterson, who's going to just tell you in the end anyway, oh, let's recognize people outside of academia, normal, regular people. Yet they can't, because they ain't never did the work to get there. So they just make all these mouth noises, and they can't match up the actions with their words. And that's really all there is to it. Is they have this communication breakdown, I guess, within themselves, which they spawn out then in the culture. And that's just how that goes. So, you know, they'll keep mouthing off and mouth babbling, but I can already tell you where it's headed every time. And I already knew they'd be flip-flopping, confessing, saying sorry, and that ain't nothing but a devil's trick, a wolf in sheep's clothing trick to try to keep power over you guys. And I would just do what would Jesus do. I would throw him the fuck down and be like, you ain't my boss, you ain't my judge. You're one of Caesar's boys, you can fuck off. And that's exactly how I would do it. And that's exactly how I do it. So if anyone thinks I'm just talking out my ass, I really do it. And I have a page, God vs. Psychology. You can go on that page. You can see all sorts of shit that conflicts with academia and you know, all their rhetoric. It's basically rhetoric. Psychology is a giant fucking ideology of radical extremists that don't want to lose their ideology. And you could be a radical extremist and be really good. You can play, that's what the devil does best, man. He plays sweet, seductive fucking man of the hour. And that's exactly what he does. And he captivates everyone, possesses them, and they all sit there and fucking worship him on earth. And that's all Antichrist bullshit. Okay? And that's exactly what these professors want. If you go down on my list of my videos, there's a video I was back in 2016 mocking these psych doctors, the master race of psychology, and that's exactly what the fuck they think there are. And they're losing their master race opportunity, and they're crying, and they're trying to get victim sympathies and all the other shit. Well, guess who don't give a fuck? This guy here and this guy here. Yo, excuse me, do you really give a fuck about politics and all the bullshit of today?
Why? I don't give a fuck about that shit.
I know, right? We don't give a shit. Look, we're smiling, we're happy. We don't fucking care. It's not that hard. I'm making a video on how to just be in life, you know, without all the shit and chaos. All right, man, thank you. You too. And that's how you do it. You just walk up to people, you say hello, you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to say, oh, he's a left and he's a liberal or he's a this. I don't even know what that guy was. And back when I was an academic mindset kind of guy, I'd have been like, oh, he has a lisp and he talks funny. And you know what? That's rude. That's rude and cruel. It's both of them combined. Okay? And that's what I used to be, and I don't ever want to be that again. But when it comes down to it, if we're going to sit here and play this shit, then somebody's going to get up and take somebody up on that offer. If you keep telling them they're wrong, they're just going to get up and be like, I'm wrong. Now you're fucking playing with the wrong one then. What's up? And another motherfucker's going to be like, he's not going to know what to fucking say. And I don't give a shit. I don't care if Adolf Hitler pulled out a fucking gun and shot that motherfucker in his head. That's karma. And nobody knows how to deal with this karma. Okay? They have all this excess karma and loose ends. That's what it's called, loose ends. So having a perfect house in order is about tying up your loose ends, suppressing karma. You know, the Buddha talks about suppressing karma. And that's one of the ways you do it. So shit doesn't come back to bite you in the ass. Because if you're not being all that the world is, then somebody else is going to come in and fill that spot and say, you know what, you might not be crazy, but I am, and you can't admit it. Now it's your fucking time, and time's up. You know, that's how this shit works. Adolf Hitler has a similar quote about the personification of the devil gives living shape to the Jew, and that's exactly what it is. You know, he stood up and was like, so what? What the fuck are you going to do about it? And they're like, they're fucking losers, idiots. Okay, you can't live like that. Okay? That's not how that works. Sorry, you can't hate the devil. You know, that just doesn't work. You can't fear the devil. That doesn't work. Okay? Because all that is the devil. Okay, so they're basically the same motherfucker. Okay, they're just different sides of the coin. And one dumbass begets another dumbass to say, shut the fuck up. and then everybody's wrong. And that's just how that goes. And everything fucking dies down to zero again. Like, okay, everyone was wrong. Let's stop doing that. Let's not do that again. But what happens is they start doing it again because they don't know any better. And that takes forgiving and mercy. So people don't know any better. My hair's a mess. So what? You know, you really can't figure things out unless you take the time. And the time is a whole other element. And man is not above the elements, okay? Or he'd fucking go fucking wield thunderstorms and send them through his fucking enemy's territory and all kinds of other fucking shit, okay? And I just don't see that happening right now. When I see that happening, then I'll finally fucking flip-flop like a politician and change my fucking philosophy. I'm sure I'll be fucking long gone out of this story by then. So, that's how that is. And there's really not a whole big science to it, a quantum phenomena. Sure, you can tie it into all that shit, but it really isn't that fucking complex, okay? And that's academia's problem. They make a fucking complex mountain out of the smallest little molehill. And they're gonna fucking end up dying in a pile of fucking supercomputers. Their fucking heads twisted in a fucking knot. And that's just about how that goes. That's the complexity of you keep wanna fucking with it, then that's what you're gonna get, you know? So the nature's pretty perfect as it is, you know, as we just are, before we eat this fucking apple and go off on this, I'm a left, I'm a right, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, and all that other fucking stupid shit, okay? The nature just is. And the nature's almost so perfect you can't see it because it fucking blends in with itself so well. How about that? Well, gee, that makes sense. And that's basically what the apple is, you know? Motherfuckers eat the apple, they go running off, now they're split in half. They come to that crossroads, the why, that's what the fucking why in the language is, and the why not. You get fucking twisted up in the why and the why not, and it's like a fucking tornado. They suspend you into fucking oblivion, in an ideological abyss, and you end up like sitting on a stage for hours talking about why and why not. So God is unquestionable, okay? And if you question him, he's gonna cover you in a whole bunch of fucking question marks. Okay, that's the phenomena of God. For any atheist out there that wants to ask me what phenomena is that, yeah, what phenomena is that? That's what the fuck that is, okay? And that's just how that goes for unquestionable, mystery. Okay, every time you question the unquestionable, you're gonna come up with more questions covered in question marks, okay? That's the phenomena of that going on there, boy. Okay, and it's not too hard to see. It's really simple. The simplicity in Christ is pretty simple, pretty basic. And I believe if you go to the Bible, it'll even say things like that. See, I don't come back out of the church with a Bible. I'm not one of those guys. I'm just primordial, I guess is the fucking name for it. And that's what it is. Nature, the living word. You see this here? This is a black hole, okay? You understand what the fuck this is? This is a portal. That's a black hole. This is the fucking Trinity on the other side looking at your stupid ass. Like, what the fuck you doing there, boy? And that's what they do. Okay? So, this represents death. That there. That's a black hole. That's why it's hard not to look at it, because it's sucking all your attention. And this is the fucking Trinity on the other side. It's gonna three-shot your bitch ass if you don't shut the fuck up and get it right, Dr. Peterson. Fucking with you there. Fucking with you there, boy! And I can do that. Because it's an illusion. And if you're coming with all this assertiveness and you're planting your roots like that, somebody's just gonna uproot you. Like it's nothing. Like it was nothing, dog. And that's just how that's gonna be. And you can cry about it all over the internet. You can cry about, oh, he acts funny on the internet. And I guess you just have to fucking try resetting your modem. Did you try that? Maybe your internet has a virus. Did you try that? Did you try measuring people's IQ through the monitor? Are you schizophrenic? Is that what you are? Do we need to find you a FEMA camp for schizophrenics? Is that what they need to do next? Because I'm telling you, it's a big business. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. And that's exactly how the dragon works. Come back and circle you all up. Fucking start eating your kids and everything else. Okay? You don't want to fuck with the dragon. The dragon is a nasty motherfucker. And that's what he is. That's what he does. And the dragon been doing that since the beginning of time. That's just karma. You know, like the weather swirls. It's pretty much how it goes down. So we are the universe. Even Adam and